decide whether pyro slimes taste better with salt and pepper or garlic and herbs. The show begins! Can we play banker next time?
Yep, you're right.
There'll be an extra fee for that.
Exactly! But none of them believed me!
I'll think about it.
Yep, you're right.
Exactly!
There'll be an
None of
extra
them believed me!
I'll think about it.
Yep, you're right.
Rebooting. Can we play banker
There'll
next
be an
time?
extra
Exactly! But none of them believed me!
I'll think about it.
Yep, you're right.
There'll be an extra fee.
Exactly! But none of them believed me!
I'll think about it.
Yep, you're right.
Can we play
There'll
banker
be an
next
extra
time?
fee for that.
Present!
Exactly! But none of them believed me!
I'll think about it.
There'll be an extra fee for that.
Exactly! But none of them believed me!
You're right.
I'll think about it.
Oh,
Error.
There'll be an extra fee for that.
Can we play banker next time?
Exactly! But none of them believed me!
Yep, you're right.
I'll...
Disappear! Worthless! Here! Settle down!
May I present? Racy, Boba, get them!
Bow your head. Huh.
Strike a pose! Out of the frying pan, into the fire!
The tides beckon. Silence!
The show begins! Boba, get them! Eat this!
Foreign!
How dare you! I'll take the lead today. Hetna! Yeah! Shower me with praise! Hey there! Watch out! Ha! Ah! Hetna! Ah! Watch out! I must do my duty. Ah! How brilliant! Ad Ash. Thank you for coming.
There'll be an
Exactly! But
I, for one, you should sit, and who knows? flight! Yeah. Too late for regrets! My apologies! Pew-pew! Yeah! Sakura swirl! We're unthinkable! Oh! Yoo-hoo! Can't handle your dream? Huh? Have fun with this gift! Let the world collide! Shower me with praise! My apologies! Take flight! Yeah! Kamisato out! Sumetsu! My apologies! Let's dance!
Be sanctified. An oversight on my part.
We've only just begun. I will end. Let's move.
Settle down.
Ignorant and bold.
Ready, steady, go! Embrace the ice! We'll see about that!
Silence.
Yoo-hoo! Ha! Look at you, Blue Down! Pew-pew!
Lament! Here! Worthless! Here! Foreign! Worthless! Here! Good.
May I present? Look alive! I'm a rock! Yeah!
You asked for it.
The show begins! I'm a rock! Time to shine!
Useless!
Buckle up!
Hi! Yoo-hoo!
You are not welcome here.
Lucky today!
Get it on!
Coward!
Let the show begin!
Don't get frostbite!
Settle down.
You're dead meat! Look alive!
No more tricks up your sleeve! Is that all you've got?
The tides beckon.
Following orders. That's close enough.
You are not
today.
welcome here.
This moment will be frozen in time.
Bow your head. Be sanctified.
Lucky today. Time to go to work.
Ready, steady, go!
Let's end this now!
Buckle up! Hi!
Where do you think you're...
A new punching bag. Oh, so sorry.
That's close enough.
sharpen my spear. Everyone hold hands. You're toast!
This man will be frozen in time. Ha!
Commit it to memory. Make yourselves at home.
Disappear! Worthless! Here! Here! Useless!
Boba, get them!
Dodge this! Don't push your luck!
Take! Out of the frying pan, into the fire!
Boring! Oh, so sorry.
Eat this! Boba, get them! Share my knowledge!
Evil conquering! Worthless! What's the hurry? Cool it! Freeze!
Earlier!
Don't get frostbite!
Would you care to sit down and join? Would you care to...
I thought I told him to spray it with water to retain moisture before applying the film. You can't treat a glaze lily like a cactus. If Sanjay does this again, the loss will have to come out of his food expenses.
I'll go talk to him. At this rate, he won't even be able to afford eating cacti for much longer.
Hey, Tainari!
Oh, it's you two. It's been a while. What brings you to Port Ormos?
We didn't have anything to do, and this place looked pretty lively, so we decided to stop by. But, what's with all the flowers around here?
Well, Port Ormos is currently organizing a flower exhibition featuring flowers and plants from all over Teyvat, so I came to help out. The exhibition includes flowers from every corner of the world, each with their own unique properties and needs. With that in mind, the curator commissioned a flower pot from Kasharawar capable of retaining heat and moisture. Even so, an expert is still required to develop tailored transportation and care plans for each type of flower.
Oh, and that expert is you, right?
Not this time, no. I'm just here to help out. The expert in charge is someone else.
Mr. Tainari! Sanjay! He confused the poisonous bulbs with garlic shoots, and he ate them!
Never mind. Forget about what I said about the food expenses. Apologies, Traveler, Paimon. Looks like I've got something to take care of. I'll be back in just a moment.
Tainari's busy no matter where he is, huh? Yeah, seems like it. Hey, don't look at Paimon like that. Paimon is super careful about what she eats. Well, looks like Tighnari might be busy for a while. Let's take a look around the port in the meantime. Wow, look at these flowers! They smell so...
Huh?
Paimon's... fine. She's just got a little...
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and...
It's getting worse. Why? But, I was fine just a moment ago. She didn't even eat anything weird.
A moment of your time, you two? If it's not too much trouble, perhaps you could try this incense.
Incense? Oh, the scent is so nice! Whoa, that was fast! Paimon doesn't have to sneeze anymore!
Think nothing of it. From your attire, I imagine you two aren't from Sumeru either. Seeing as we're both travelers from abroad, it's only right that we help each other out should the occasion arise.
Oh, so you're here for the flower exhibition too?
I suppose that's accurate. Oh, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Emily, a perfumer from Fontaine.
Paimon is Paimon! Thank you so much for your help just now. Oh, and this is...
The Traveler, right? I've heard a lot about you from the Steambird. It's nice to finally put a face to the name.
What happened back there? Why did Paimon start sneezing all of a sudden?
Have you ever heard of hay fever? To put it simply, when inhaled, certain pollens can trigger abnormal physical reactions.
But Paimon has seen these kinds of flowers before and nothing weird happened then.
Well, we're all different. The factors that can trigger a reaction to certain stimuli vary by person. In isolation, the effects of certain pollens may seem minimal, but inhaling various types at once can trigger. But there's no need to worry. Pollen allergies can be effectively mitigated with the use of medication.
Oh, well, that's good.
Traveler, Paimon, there you are. I left in such a hurry, I forgot to warn you about all the Emily? Ah, what a coincidence. Looks like my worry was misplaced then. The Traveler and Paimon are in...
It was nothing, really. We happened to run into each other shortly after my arrival, and I offered them a bit of help. I'm more curious as to why you thought the Traveler and Paimon were in danger. Allergies are highly unpredictable. If you were concerned the pollen might trigger a reaction...
Remember the first time we met? You fainted after inhaling Spirit Borneal.
The Spirit Borneal didn't affect Paimon at all, and now she's...
It's not really something you can make sense out of, Paimon. There are all kinds of allergies out there, caused by a variety of different factors. Some people are...
Exactly. I even encountered a case in Fontaine where someone had an allergic reaction to soba noodles
Whoa. Good thing Paimon isn't allergic.
In a manner of speaking, although you could say the patients I deal with are rather unusual.
In addition to medicine, Emily is also very knowledgeable about botany. She's taught me a lot about the native flora around Fontaine.
And that's where my expertise ends, I'm afraid. When it comes to breadth of knowledge, Tighnari certainly comes out on top.
A flower expert? Oh, Paimon's got it! You must...
Wrong again, I'm afraid.
Well, I did come for the exhibition, but only to inquire about the Auguste variety. I'm not involved in any official capacity.
Oh, Paimon was sure she got it right this time.
It's a kind of flower that was once popular in Fontaine. The perfume made from it also bears the same name, Auguste.
Auguste, huh? That's not a name you hear often nowadays.
In an ancient language, the word is said to mean sacred or noble. It's sometimes used as a name for people as well. Ah, that reminds me. Are you familiar with a historical event in Fontaine known as Perfumania? Was an event that occurred in Fontaine nearly 20 years ago. It all started when several merchants released their own lines of high-end, expensive perfumes, marketing them as must-have luxury products. No one anticipated the absolute frenzy this would create on the market, causing the price of perfumes to skyrocket. The demand was twofold. What some saw as a status symbol, most saw as a money-making opportunity. You could take advantage of the soaring price by hoarding them and reselling at even higher margins. The value of these products became so inflated, regular bottles of perfume were even going for hundreds of thousands of mora. This resulted in countless disputes and scams. But at the end of the day, perfume is just perfume. The market value greatly exceeded the intrinsic worth of the product, creating an economic bubble that was never going to last. Luckily, the Palais Mermonia recognized the danger and intervened before the craze could truly spread. Many profiteers and scammers were thrown in jail as a result. In the end, only a few wealthy families were affected when the bubble popped.
What does all this have to do with that Auguste you mentioned earlier?
Well, during the craze, the most popular perfume was none other than Auguste. The demand far exceeded the supply, to the point where it once sold for 10 million mora a bottle.
10 million? Then what about now?
After the mania ended, most perfumes returned to a normal price. Auguste was the only exception. Its namesake, the flower used to create it, went extinct. As a result, no new bottles of... Indeed, the Auguste flower was not a natural variety, you see. It was specially cultivated for use in perfume making. When the bubble popped, all the flower beds used for its cultivation were destroyed in a fire. The variety has never been seen since.
But didn't you say you came to the exhibit?
Ah, yes. I came to...
Traveler, we should help Emily look for it.
I have to agree.
Even if I can locate the flower... Divine, noble, one of a kind. All beautiful sentiments to... When it comes to perfume, I want people...
Wow!
Of course, there's also a more practical reason. Every so often, someone will claim to have recreated the unique scent of Auguste.
Okay, that's more like the...
Ever since that rumor started, if I can dispel, then I'll be free from...
That makes sense.
Oh, I would of course be great.
Well, you said it yourself.
Based on the information I have so far, it's Mr. Edgar also thinks it...
I was just about...
Edgar?
The person you've been trying to... Back when he was still working...
I should also mention...
So this guy was a famous perfumer in Fontaine, but then he came to Samaro to...
It's a long story. If you're interested, we can talk more about it when we see him. He should be staying near the hotel.
Oh, look at all the flowers!
Apparently, the exhibitor paid a large sum to rent out the hotel.
Yeah, what if guests come early? They won't have anywhere to stay. Also, renting out this big of a hotel, how are they gonna make that more of it?
It's been so long. Well, you... Oh, yeah. Okay. Hold on.
It's nice to see you again, Master.
Emily, I've heard you've become...
Oh, well.
I've taught many and who are these two?
They're my new friends, the Traveler and Paimon.
Emily's friends.
And these two gentlemen?
I'm... yes.
Merchant.
You must be here to look.
Well, I'm guessing you're here for the same. I commissioned a few. That being, some of them were a one-of-a-kind.
No, I don't think so. A goose is even... Although...
Impossible. If a goose...
Technically speaking...
Well, let's take... No. By the time they're compared to things...
Wait. Are you saying...
Just think. We don't have much. You all travel.
Ooh, you've got the keys to the room.
I managed to tie...
Oh, and
Don't worry, Master. I can sleep on the boat tonight. Or I could even camp in the wild. Although...
Well... Of course. All right, then. I'll prepare some...
The damned will sooner die again than lay a hand on me. Those memories. So dark. The damned will sooner die again than lay a hand on me. Those memories. So dark. The damned will sooner die again than lay a hand on me. Those memories. So dark. The damned will sooner die again than lay a hand on me. Those memories. So dark. Reduced to just standing around. How absurd. The damned will sooner die again than lay a hand on me. Those memories. So dark. The damned will sooner die again than lay a hand on me. Reduced to just standing around. How absurd. Those memories. So dark. Reduced to just standing around. How absurd. Those memories. So dark. Reduced to just standing around. How absurd. The damned will sooner die again than lay a hand on me. Reduced to just standing around. How absurd. The damned will sooner die again than lay a hand on me.
Whoa, the smell of flowers is so strong. Didn't Edgar say he tidied up around here? There's still so many flowers. Hyman took a peek through the window earlier and his house was packed with flowers. Looks like this exhibition is gonna be huge.
No, that's a florist thing. We work closely with the essential oils of various plants, but to maintain a sharp sense of smell, most perfumers prefer to keep their homes free of strong odors.
Oh, guess there's just too much to store for the exhibition then.
Oh, this room seems to be a connected suite, and my brother will be staying on the other side of the suite. Blaze, while you... Ahem.
Yes, of course.
All right, then. Where can we find your luggage, mademoiselle? Blaze will go fetch it for you.
It's still at the port. In addition to some daily necessities, there's also a case of amber wine that I brought back from Fontaine. Could I trouble... Is that so? Mr. Oud, Mr...
Hey! What are you doing?
That's Master's voice.
Edgar!
Master!
Hey, Edgar! Are you all right? Can you hear me?
Who did this?
Kyria. August.
Kyria.
Hey, Edgar? Edgar!
No, don't shake him. He's injured. Just leave him to me. You two can... Oh, thank you.
That strange smell around here. Is it coming from this bottle? Oh, really? You... Do you think whoever did this was hiding in the flowers before they attacked Edgar? True.
I check. Oh, but that's impossible. Oh, the culprit, I mean. It's not like the culprit.
Well, we looked all over.
The most important thing we can do now is focus.
So, how's he doing?
When I administered emergency treatment, I discovered a residue in his nose and mouth. He's still unconscious and inducing... Ah, yes. But first, Mr. Sylvain, Mr. Lucian...
Wait, you...
Hey, were you talking to us, mademoiselle?
Before arriving in Sumeru, I asked a friend from the Special Patrol to look into the creators of August. There were 4 people in total. A researcher from the 2 brothers' capital. In the end, they were...
And what is that?
Every time your brother called you...
Ah, Miss Emily, you have a bright... What?
Amber wine is unless...
Emily, you little.
Don't misunderstand, Mr. Sylvain. I don't but Master's life isn't... If Master's attack had some... So I'd like to trouble...
Fine.
Sylvain!
Lucian, if this will help us find Kira. You were right, Miss Emily. There were 4 of us at the beginning. Sometime...
Sounds like he's still upset about that. Wait, then how did Edgar end up in Sumeru?
Master was convicted as an accomplice, so he only had to serve a few years. He decided to move to Sumeru. Still, that's how I met him. My parents had to relocate, but we can talk about that some other time. I want to hear more about this researcher.
Like us, but...
What? Destroy...
It didn't matter.
What?
Sounds like you did an investigation of your own.
The name wasn't mentioned in...
Kiria was Vijava's. He was just a clueless kid. Vijava kept him after our operation.
So, you...
Vijava, if she left something...
And judging by the liquid in that bottle, the Auguste flower wasn't the only thing he reproduced. He managed to
So the liquid Edgar was forced to ingest really was a...
poison! If Auguste could be considered... We're not looking for... We only would, as long as we keep things...
So that's why you never...
Yes, exactly.
Anyway, that's all...
Well, at least...
Well, glad to hear. Lucian, let's head back to the room and rest.
Yes, of course.
You think so too? But based on Sylvain's tone of...
The way you exposed them like that? Just... Oh, right! Earlier you said you were only sort...
Oh yes, that's because most of the patients I encounter are already dead.
So you're,
Close. In fact, with just a small alteration to... Basically, I've learned a lot in my line of work, and I've witnessed a lot of death. But this time, we may still save the patient. Actually, Traveler, could I trouble you to report back to Tainari and the officers at Port Arm? I'll stay here and continue to look after Master. Now that we have a sample of Auguste, I'm hoping further analysis won't be too difficult.
Boring! Boring! Whoa, why the rush? Did something happen?
What? He's the most...
Sheriff, have you received any reports of...
No. I'll start gathering my force.
What about you, Tainari?
I'm sure the sheriff... Then she was far... Not to mention the fact... As for me...
Oh, that's right!
From Emily's letter, certainly. I didn't have time to... I have friends in Sumeru. I'll leave you and Emily to watch... reduced to just
Well, it's been a day. Wonder if Tainari's discovered any. But things weren't looking good with Emily's master yesterday. We should check on things at the hotel first. Emily!
No longer in critical condition, thankfully. My chemical analysis of a goose also went smooth. I was
Elemental energy?
hard to say. It was such a minute amount proportionally speaking. I had to use one of the newest. Unless you were abnormally sensitive to elemental energy, I doubt it would have any effect, even if you use the product. As for whether Master's condition,
Oh, that reminds Paimon. Did
I received a message.
Oh, Paimon thought he... excuse me? Is Miss Emily here? Oh, perfect! Familiar faces! Traveler, Paimon!
Kale. Oh, of course. Tainari's a... And please, no need.
Oh, did Tainari send you here? Yep. Anyway, based on what Master considered that possibility as well. How is that possible?
It's starting to...
Hey! Lucian!
It's Sylvain! Wait, you don't think Curio came back, do you?
That seems impossible. If someone came in or out of the hotel just now, we would have seen them.
useless.
It's locked?
There's no one here.
Lucian! Lucian!
That's Sylvain's voice! Hurry, let's check next door!
Lucian! Lucian! Come on! Emily, Emily, my brother, he's gonna be okay, right?
I'm sorry, Mr. Sylvain, but...
No, no, that's not...
Traveler, Kale, Mr. Sylvain has gone through a huge shock. He needs some space to calm down. Could one of you...
Of course. Leave it to me.
Thank you both. Mr. Sylvain? We'll take things from here. Just focus on getting some rest. Here, this way.
Poor guy. He's like a he may have made some bad decisions.
Good person or bad, the death of a loved one is all the moments he shared with his...
If Curio really was behind this, then what exactly did he do to Lucian?
Lucian can no longer... Traveler, I've got...
Who would have thought? Yes, Miss Emily.
Oh, I'm not I did take a...
Then...
Of course, I appreciate...
We'll help too. The windows are Well, looks like we've investigated.
So, did you find anything?
Paimon can show you. Here, it'd be something like this.
But entering through the room next door without alerting Sylvain.
No, his reaction to the loss of his brother seemed genuine, and he doesn't have a motive.
Then what could have happened last night?
I agree.
Mr. Sylvain, I need you to tell me everything.
After Kyria attacked Edgar, we returned to our rooms and decided to lock all the doors leading to the hallway. The only door we kept unlocked was the one connecting our rooms. That way, if we heard any commotion coming from the other room, we could help each other. But I didn't hear any sort of commotion last night. Not a single noise. I woke up this morning, opened the door, and Lucian was...
So, no movement from the room next door. No forced entry via Sylvain's room. No signs of a struggle at the scene. And no external injury on Lucian's body. What kind of cause of death are we dealing with here?
I did notice a few things about the body. Lucian's pupils were dilated, and his skin was... There weren't any traces of liquid in his mouth or nose, so it's unlikely...
A goose? No, that's not possible. Inhaling a goose... No. Emily, you ran your tests, didn't you?
No, I didn't find any common toxins.
See?
That may be true.
Master!
Edgar?
Sylvain, no matter how hard, even if we could, no, he would never give up. Not... That's Vijava's. Yelena wasn't a scholar from Sumeru. She was an
Fatus?
The Fatui.
Ah, so you've already detected.
Oh.
The August flower.
The Fatui, delusions. I never would have thought a goose...
Born of a delusion. August contained...
That's enough, Edgar. I'll take it from it. At first, Yelena, it didn't have any effect on ordinary.
So you decided...
Listen, it's not... unless you were...
It may be true there are no records of a but even if no one was acutely poisoned, that explains why you were so... The Fatui...
Ha! Oh, you see, August was harmless.
So there's bad blood, but...
What about Yelena's death?
I'll admit, we thought about it at one point. We took care to but before we could even put our plan in...
But if her goal was to... Yeah, she could...
I thought about it for everything she did. One of the reasons they defect after arriving and found...
So she couldn't...
If her true identity... The August flower,
So the wealth you earned from...
Most likely. That's why Lucy...
But why is...
I don't think he knew his... Yelena always...
Then all we'll need to do is tell Kirio... I'm not so sure. Even if you knew the truth, it's hard to pull yourself...
Very true.
Edgar!
Think about it. If we hadn't been so... If we hadn't invited...
She knew her. We were just trying to earn a bit. Lucian's crime.
3 people from Fontaine, 1 from Snezhnaya, And well, we can only wait until the academia sends... with...
The hotel could suffice, although with...
Mr. Edgar, are you saying...
If Sylvain is to stand trial, I'd just like to ask for Sylvain. I'm sure he also has some... Would you be willing to grant that request, Sheriff?
Well, the man we grew to know in Sum...
You have my thanks, Sheriff.
Happened tonight?
Yeah, all we know is that he uses a goose to poison people, but we still have no idea if he targets...
That may be true, but what if we can take advantage of his desperation? If we take advantage of this situation and lure him...
Master, no! That's...
If Kyria learns we're being... In other words...
Capture?
Afraid? I'm spending the rest of... As for the...
I'll admit, it could... Then I'll station some of my men around the hotel.
I still have some reservations. But if you...
I'll also keep...
Although, I think Sylvain and if Kyria noticed an...
You mean if he doesn't see a...
If that were to happen...
That's why everyone else needs to keep to the shadows.
You're still recovering. You need to rest.
This...
All right, we can figure out a plan...